So there's been a huge seismic shift that's happened now. The Supreme Court has approved Texas's redistricting efforts, bringing them in balance, long-standing held Democratic advantage of gerrymandering, which they've done for years and years, and Republicans are way behind it. And the Supreme Court is going to go ahead and say, screw the district court, which tried to stop the gerrymandering process, trying to claim that it was racist. And of course, the Supreme Court said, nah, fam, it's not. So this is from the Post-Millennial. Supreme Court rules Texas can use new congressional map. The order stated that Texas is likely to succeed on the merits of its claim that the district court committed at least 2 serious errors. The Supreme Court has granted an emergency application filed by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, allowing the state to use its new congressional map in next year's midterm elections. The unsigned order places a pause on a lower court's ruling that claimed the map was unlawful because Republican lawmakers had explicitly considered race when drawing up the new districts. The Supreme Court's ruling allows the use of the map, which creates 5 new GOP majority seats as legal proceedings continue. The order stated that Texas is likely to succeed on the merits of its claim that the district court committed at least 2 serious errors. First, the district court failed to honor the presumption of legislative good faith by construing ambiguous, direct, and circumstantial evidence against the legislature. Which, by the way, this is very common. The corrupted courts that we are dealing with right now, these things are, well, they're problematic for the country, but these judges, they're just political activists in black robes cosplaying as judges. And if that means lying through their teeth, they're going to do it. And that's what these courts are doing. The whole claim of racism, of course, is utterly ridiculous. But the Democrat Party has been using it for 2, 3, 4 decades now. Well, pretty much since the 1980s. So why stop now? Now, secondly, the district court failed to draw a dispositive or near dispositive adverse inference against respondents, even though they did not produce a viable alternative map that met the state's avowedly partisan goals. Now, the court said that Texas has also made a strong showing of irreparable harm and that the equities and public interest favor it, adding that the district court improperly inserted itself into an active primary campaign, causing much confusion and upsetting the delicate federal-state balance in elections. And let me tell you, these judges are not going to stop. Anywhere that they can F with elections, F with Republicans or GOP right now and Trump, they're doing it. It's why you see court corruption everywhere. Now, Justices Elena Kagan, Sonia Sotomayor, and Ketanji Brown Jackson, the dumbest Supreme Court justice in history, dissented, of course, with Kagan writing, over the course of 3 months, a 3-judge district court in Texas undertook to resolve the factual dispute at issue in this application. In enacting an electoral map slanted toward Republicans, did Texas predominantly use race to draw its new district lines, or said otherwise, did Texas accomplish its partisan objectives by means of a racial gerrymander? They're just unhappy that the Republicans are going to pick up a lot of seats here. And make no mistake, by the way, the Democrats have gerrymandered themselves into oblivion over the last number of years. And the Republicans have not. They have a lot of seats they can gain. Right now in Texas, Texas stands to gain 5 Republican seats from this redistricting. North Carolina is up next. They're going to gain somewhere between 1 and 3 seats. Missouri, if they redistrict, another seat. Florida, at least 1 to 2 seats. There's a lot of seats to be gained for the Republicans here, and the Democrats know it, which is why there is the panic. Now, Kagan wrote that the court held that the answer was clear. Texas largely divided its citizens along racial lines to create its new pro-Republican House map in violation of the Constitution's 14th and 15th Amendments. The court issued a 160-page opinion recounting in detail its factual findings. Kagan wrote that while the Supreme Court is higher than the district court, we are not a better one when it comes to making such a fact-based decision. What a piece of... That is why we are supposed to use a clear error standard of review, why we are supposed to hold the district court's decision that race-based line drawing occurred, even if we would have ruled differently, so long as it is plausible. That is not... As long as it is plausible. Shut the hell up, especially considering how the Democrat Party has been abusing the race card since the 1980s. Now, the idiot justice claimed that the Supreme Court's order disrespects the work of a district court. Who the F cares? That did everything one could ask to carry out its charge. I mean, this crazy Karen is just dumb as hell. And disservice to the millions of Texans whom the district court found were assigned to their new districts based on their race. In his opinion, concurring with the Supreme Court's order, Justice Samuel Alito wrote that the clear error standard of review does not apply here because the trial court based its findings upon a mistaken impression of applicable legal principles. He later added that although respondents' experts could have easily produced such a map if that were possible, they did not, giving rise to a strong inference that the state's map was indeed based on partisanship, not race. Because of course it was. Neither the duration of the district court's hearing nor the length of its majority opinion provides an excuse for failing to apply the correct legal standards, as set out clearly in our case. So the bottom line is, this is a huge, huge win for Republicans here, because this means that the gerrymandering that's been done by the Democrat Party, which has given them an unfair advantage, is now being equalized here. And there's not much they can do about it if the Supreme Court refuses to back them up. The Republicans have 22 states where they can gerrymander. They need to go balls to the wall if they want to remain in power and make sure that the Democrats have no shot at disrupting what's happening now. Because make no mistake, right now, because of illegal immigration and the existential threat that it poses to this country, if it is not quelled, everything else is academic. And there is limited time to move aggressively and remove as many of these infestors as possible. Because after Trump, there's no guarantee you're going to get another president that will actually care enough to do something about it. And Republicans historically have backstabbed their constituents. Think George W. Bush with his attempt at amnesty. And then, of course, all the Democrats have been trying to do amnesty since the year 2000. There's been 9 attempts. So this is the make or break, I think, for the country.